with the Foo Fighters announcing a full tour kicking off in May out in Indonesia, we got to figure this out. They haven't announced a permanent replacement for Josh, but they've committed to a full international tour without revealing who's behind the kit. So what better time now than to throw out some of the educated guesses, a few personal picks, whatever. Here we go. Number 1, Foo Fighter diehards may not get this one, but I'm calling out Frank Ferrer. And you might know Frank from his work with the Psychedelic Furs, Love Spit Love, but most notably and most recently Guns N' Roses. He's proven himself capable of handling high-pressure gigs and super famous, challenging personalities, i.e. Axl. Frank comes from a family steeped in Latin music, which may not seem relevant here, but it speaks to his depth and his versatility. More importantly, he's known as a hard-driving rock drummer, which is what the Foos need, right? Someone who can sit on top of the beat and deliver the raw energy that both Hawkins and Freese delivered in their performances. In an audition scenario, I think Frank would have a legitimate shot. Number 2, Mark Pickrell. The Screaming Trees were, if we're being honest, probably no picnic on the road, given Mark Lanigan's well-known demons. But Mark Pickrell was the glue that held things together. He was persistent, he was reliable, and he brought the energy night after night. They didn't miss dates. He was always there to support. He's also got that cool alt-country background, which could bring some subtle songwriting depth and certainly strong dynamic play to the Foo Fighters catalog. He's adaptable, and I think he'd surprise people if he had a chance. Number 3, my favorite pick, Elon Rubin. Let me be clear, I adore Elon Rubin. I've seen him play with Nine Inch Nails. Playing with Nine Inch Nails is no small feat considering the complexity and the precision and the programming and the type of drumming that goes into it. Elon is a multi-instrumentalist who can not only drive a band, but can play just about any instrument. He can play technically challenging parts with surgical precision, and he can play all different types of genres. He's worked with Beck, Paramore, Angels and Airwaves. The only knock that I would see here for Elon is that he's a session guy, right? And so was Josh Freese. Josh Freese was a session guy. And maybe if that had something to do with why he didn't stick with Grohl, it could potentially work against him. But honestly, he's a top contender. Number 4, and this is probably going to be the fan favorite pick, is Shane Hawkins. Shane is clearly, the fan favorite, and there's no denying he's got chops. But is he ready? And personally, I'm not sure. The rigors of a Foo Fighters tour schedule, the lifestyle, the partying, the burnout, the transitioning from being home to being on a bus to being home to being on a bus, and then taking it a step further, the weight of carrying his dad's legacy every night, it kind of feels like a recipe for disaster. That not only for him, but for the band too, right? That said, the kid's clearly working his behind off. The kid wants a big gig. I'm rooting for him. I just don't know that this is going to be that gig. My number 5 pick in one of my favorite players is John Theodore. And if you're a Mars Volta fan, which we're few and far between, but we are mighty, you remember his playing from the first record. John's intensity and technical prowess with Volta is well documented, but his more recent work with Queens of the Stone Age shows he can absolutely groove and drive a band, especially when you're talking about the Foos who have these anthemic tunes and the up-tempo songs. All my life I've been looking for, like John Theodore would kill that kind of stuff. He's also dialed into the cultural circle there, right? He's close to Grohl, he's close to Josh Homme, Jack White. He's a cultural fit. I don't know if he's the guy, but I can see a case for him. All right, here's my super bonus call out, which I was so excited to throw out there. How practical is it? I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. Here's my curveball. Bill Stevenson from The Descendants and Black Flag and all those guys he played with. Dave Grohl has openly talked about how much he loves Bill and how influenced he was by Bill. And Bill is a drummer, he's a writer, he's a producer. I mean, he's a punk legend with a rock-solid reputation, a ton of fortitude. The guy's had brain surgery, open heart surgery. He's had blood clots in his lungs, and he's still out there crushing it night after night with the Descendants, right? I mean, it's pretty Pretty amazing, if you ask me. He's versatile. He's influential. He's super respected in Grohl's world. Could Dave have the humility to hire one of his heroes? I personally think that would be pretty damn cool. So there you have it, my top 5 with a variable. Who do you pick? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If it's anything like the Pearl Jam video, I'm sure we're going to be having tons of conversation here. And let's talk about it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, whatever. And I'll see you on the next one.